Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss one interesting topic in UiPath Studio, that is generation of QR codes and barcodes with the help of some packages. So before starting our process, so we need to download some packages into our UiPath Studio. So for that, just go to your manage packages and click on all packages. So here just search for. So here we can see a barcode package is available. So here we have UiPath team.barcode by YPMY. So this is the package we need to install in our machine. So as I have already downloaded, so it is not showing as a show button. So in your machines it will be displayed as download button and as well as the save button. Okay. So once it is downloaded, you can verify in the activities. Just search for bar. So here we have an activity available here, that is UiPath team.barcode. So under that we can see the activities. So this package is providing two activities. One is decoding image and another one is encoding the string. So encode string is useful to convert the string of data which is providing by the user into a barcode or a QR code, and decode image is useful to decode the any QR code or barcode into the meaningful string. So in this video we'll see how we can convert a string message into the barcode and the QR code, and along with that we'll see one use case so where we can use this barcode generation in the daily life. So I'm just closing this. So I have taken a new XAML file which is nothing but encode.xaml. So let's begin with the activities. Okay, so just search with the QR code. So as bar is fine. So I'm just going to drag and drop my encode string activity into my designer panel. So if you observe the properties, so here we have the inputs like height, input, margin, pure barcode and width. So I will show you how we can use these inputs. So as we see the input, so we need to give the input whatever you want to see on the barcode. So here I am going to just provide one single string. Okay, so now once we run this program, a new image file will be generated containing the string hello world in barcode format or in QR code format. Okay, so here we have a field called format. So currently it has multiple activities. If you remove this QR code and inside this format, so we can see lot of encoders available. So each activity will provide a encrypted code in different format. If suppose if you use this QR code, it will generate QR code, and if you are using any of these two, so code 128, code 39 or code 93, it will generate barcode. And as well as, so if you see this EasyTech, Codabar and EN13, EN9, so all these generate a different type of codes once we run the file. Okay, so as of now I'm just keeping it as QR code. Okay, so and if you observe this height and width, so these are the dimensions of the image. So as of now I'm just keeping it as 100, and here also I'm just showing it as 100. And if you observe the margin, so once the QR code is generated, so we will see it in the form of an image. So this margin, it will create a border to our QR code and the barcodes. So just now I will update it as 15 and we'll see the output, and the output of the image encode string is an image. So if you observe this output field, so we will create one variable. So I will just name it as code. Okay, so if you observe the variables, see, code is a type of image. Okay, so that is under the scope and code. And I'll show you how it is this pure barcode once we started working on the barcodes. Okay, so we need to save this file. So now we have an image file that is generating from encode string activity. So for saving the file, so we have an activity called save image. So just drag and drop into our designer panel. Okay, so here the input of the same image is image. So here my input is code, so which is nothing but the output of encode string, and here we need to pass the folder location as well. So I'm going to store my data here. So let me browse this in your path folder location. So just traverse to it. So here I just want to save my file with the name, so qr underscore. So it is the type all picture files. I'm just writing it as a png. So it's your wish, you can select either jpeg or bitmap. So as of now I'm just using it as png, so I'm just saving this. Okay, so now if you run this, we should be able to see a QR code in our specified folder. Okay, I'm just running it now. So execution is started. So our execution is completed. Here in the output we can see the execution ended in 21 seconds. So let's go to the folder location. Yeah, if you observe, so we have a QR code generated. So when we decode this, we should see a message which is nothing but hello world. So if you observe here in the properties of encode string, so here I have provided the dimensions as well, height as 100 and width as 100. So that's why it is showing the format in the form of a square. And if you observe the margin as well, so as 15, so which is nothing but, I'll just zoom this. So the margin is nothing but the distance between the barcode and the remaining length, so the length between these two, so that is nothing but the margin. Okay, so this is the way we can generate the QR code with the given string. So in the same way we'll see how we can generate the barcode. So just place the dot after the format, and here I am using code 128. So there are three codes which are with 128. So what is the difference between these three? So I'll show you here. So code 128, it is useful for alphanumeric, and code 39 is only for numerics, and code 93 is for alphanumerics. And if you observe, in the retail sector, mostly we use barcode generators to read the details of information about a product. If you see some medicine also, so some of the products have barcodes, so where once we scan with our mobiles or any code decoders, so we will get the information. So based on requirement, so they just provide some numerics, or they can provide the details of particular brand along with the codes in numeric form and in alphabets. So based on your requirement, so you need to use the type of code in your encoder. So as of now I am going to use both the alphabets and numerics, so that's why I'm going to use code 128. Okay, so I'm just placing it as 128. I'm just reducing the margin to 5, and I'm just keeping the height as 100 and margin as 5. So here I will change the file name. So now this will generate a barcode. So just I'll place 128 as well, so to see the difference between the files. Okay, so I'm just running this now. Yeah, now execution is started. So it is very quick. If you see this, it just created a file in 4 seconds. Earlier it was the first time I have downloaded that package, so that's why it took time to load all the packages. So here if you observe, so we can see the barcode as 128 is generated. So here we can clearly see our data is stored in this barcode. And another property we have seen here, so if you go to the properties, so we have a field called pure barcode, so which is with the type boolean, nothing but it is accepting true or false only. So as of now it is showing as true. So what it means is, so if you observe the barcode, so it just contains the pure barcode. So if you observe in any products, some products have the barcodes along with some data below to it, so like 1 2 3 4 or some product codes. So that, to achieve that, we should make this as false. Okay, so I'll show you that as well. So there we can see the barcode with the statement hello world. Okay, okay, so no need of codes, just make it as false. And if you see this image, so there is no margin generated for this. Why? Because so the margin is small, so that's why we are not able to see major difference between the barcodes and the image. So let's increase it to 15 and let's see whether it shows anything or not. So here I'm going to change the file as false. So just to differentiate, I'm just using the same name and false. So let's run this. So here we got a new barcode generated within 2 seconds now. So if you observe this, new barcode is generated, and here we can observe the margin as well. Okay, so and as we have mentioned the pure barcode as false, so that's why we are able to see the hello world below the text, sorry, below the barcode, and we can see the margin as well. Okay, so like this is of width 100 by 100. Okay, so like this we can generate the barcodes or QR codes based on our requirement. Okay, so let's see one more example. So now I have a set of data in my Excel sheet. See this, I have the list of items which are wheat, rice, flour, like there's some grocery items I have. So I just want to get some barcodes as a image files. So for that I am just going to use the Excel application scope and rearrange activities. Let's do this exercise now. So what I will do is I will just bring these Excel application scope. So if you are watching this for the first time, just refer the Excel automation videos in my video session, so that will be helpful to know about this Excel application scope and Excel activities. So here I'm going to mention the folder location where my data is available. So here in this folder I have my data. So just search for, go and click on the properties and copy the path for this document. So just mention the file name here. Yes, here my file name is qrdata.xlsx. Okay, so now if you observe the properties, the output of this will be a workbook. Okay, so here we need to use the read range to read the data from this sheet 1 Excel. So here I have an activity called read range. So just drag and drop into the Excel application scope. Okay, so now it is referring to the sheet 1 and it is finding out data and throughout the whole Excel sheet. Okay, so and just I'm keeping the add headers as checked so that it will ignore the headers row. And another thing is the output of the read range is a data table. So I'll just create one data table as items. Okay, so this will have a data of items list. Okay, so now to convert the data from the item list into set of barcodes, so what we need to do is, so here we need to take for each row activity to get the items from the data table. Okay, so this one also I have created a separate video to how to extract and how to use the for each row activity from the data tables. You can also refer that in my previous sessions. So here if you observe the properties, the input for this for each row is a data table. So here we have a data table called items. Okay, and the output, which is nothing but the for each. So here we need to provide some input variable. So here I have an index variable, so I will keep that as product. Okay, so here I need to mention this as product. Okay, and if you observe, it is of type int32, so it means it is just referring the items from top to bottom. Like during the first iteration it will be pointed to wheat, and then it will be pointed to the rice row, and then into the flour row, and then into corn row. Like that it will fetch the details one by one. And here in the body, so we need to use get row item. So what this activity will do is, so from the index, which is nothing but the product field, it will fetch the data and it will store into a output variable. So along with this get row item input of as product, so we need to mention the column name as well. So here our data is located in the first column, so I am going to mention the column index as 0. Okay, and the output is stored in a variable. So let me take the variable name as item name. Okay, so this is my item name, which is nothing but a string value. So here you can observe in the variable type, it is of type string. So now we have the data, and the input for the encode string is a string. So what we need to do is just move this into the encode string folder. So, and I am just changing the encode string input instead of hello world to the input variable, which is nothing but the item name, so which we are extracting from the Excel. Okay, so I'm just not changing anything. I'm just going to use the barcode as pure barcode as false as it is, and we need to specify the location where we need to store the image just in our local machine. So I'm just dragging and dropping the same save image activity into the loop of the for each. Okay, so here in the save image, so what I will do is I will store the barcode with the name of the string. So I mean, so here I have the item name. Okay, so now what will happen is, once the for each row is iterated, whatever the name we are converting into a QR code will be generated with the name of the same item. For suppose if your loop is working on wheat, so wheat QR code will get generated. So, and as well as in the save image, it will be stored with the same name as wheat.png, barcode underscore code underscore item name, which is nothing but wheat.png. So here I am just changing the folder location as data, which is nothing but my folder location for the input file. Okay, so that's all, we are set now. So let me check once. So here we have the data called qr data.xlsx. So, and then the product items. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, so let's run this now and we'll check the output in the folder location. Okay, Oops, I think I need to close the Excel sheet. Let me close this. Okay, just close this. So let me try again. See, execution is started and executed is completed. So I think data is not generated. So let's check what happened to this. Seems like there is some data issue. I found the issue, so I have not provided the correct data path. So here in Excel applications code, it is showing the QR and bar folder location. So it has created a new QR code Excel file. So I just need to provide the original file path. So I'm just changing it as data. Okay. So here also in the output also we have provided the data. So this one is correct. Okay. So let's run this now. Yeah, so it opened the proper Excel file. So let's check the folder, so whether it has generated the images or not. So here you can observe, so we got, see, all the different barcodes. So as we have kept the false in the pure barcode, so that's why it is showing the image with the proper name. So like we have the data. Let me open the Excel sheet as well. So wheat, rice, flour, corn cells. So let's check one by one. So cereals we have corn, dry fruits, flour, nuts, rice, and wheat. So we got all the items in the form of barcodes. So like that we can generate the QR codes or any codes. So based on the format what we require, and you can refer the documentation as well. So here we have the documentation available in this folder location. Okay, so you just refer it and try the different formats, and so it will be very fun. So I promise you, because it is an easier way and the fast way to implement this encoder. Okay, so just try for the remaining items, and in the coming session we'll see how to decode the given barcode, a string or alphanumeric string. So I hope you like this video. So please do subscribe to my channel and please share with your friends for more videos on your path and many QA items. That's all for now. Thank you.